we are ready for our next run. We have Turkey here with Ducktales Remastered, so take it away.
Hello, I'm Turkey, and I'm going to be doing an any percent run of Ducktales Remastered. I think it's any percent. If you could check just real quick. I don't know if you...
Yes, that is correct. We have any percent won the bid war with $25.
Alright. So, timing just begins whenever like the screen stops being blacked out. So I'll give a countdown if I can. Should be in around 3, 2, 1, now. So DuckTales Remastered is, well, it's a remaster of DuckTales for the NES. It was released in 2013, I think, and I think it was kind of made with speedrunning in mind. There's a lot, there's an in-game timer, there's a skip cutscenes, like a setting in the options, and it's a really fun game to run. So the movement is pretty basic. It's just left, right, jumping, and pogoing. Pogoing is, you see me kind of bounce higher. You can kind of hear the sound effect maybe. Right here, I'm pogoing. You can control how high you jump when you pogo, and you can bounce off of enemies. You can also hit objects that are in front of you, like I did just there. And you can take damage like that. There's a bit of damage boosting throughout the run, so most of the time, whenever I get hit, it's intended, but sometimes I do just get hit. And this is the tutorial level. It starts out with, well, I skipped over the starting cutscene, but right now we're getting robbed by the Beagly Boys, and we gotta go to them, and we're about to get there, and we're gonna fight. I don't know if he has like a name. The big Beagly. I don't know. Right there, you saw me collect an M token. Those basically just speed you up. Here, I'm gonna skip the cutscene, and we're off to the fight. This fight's pretty simple. I accidentally got hit there. We intentionally take damage, depending on the attack he takes, to hit back the object faster. It saves like half a second, but that's half a second. I don't know. This is pretty simple. We gotta hit him 5 times. I've hit him twice, thrice. You see me getting healed there. Sometimes whenever you're low and you're in like a boss fight or even fighting some enemies, the game will just give you healing, which is really nice. There's a lot of that in the easy. That's the first boss down. That's the first level. And there are 6 levels here. Normally whenever we're doing PB attempts, we go in a specific order, but since this is a marathon and I'm going to be completing a run no matter what, might as well just go in a top to bottom order. So Amazon is the exact same in any percent and glitchless. Actually, there's only 2 levels that are different between them. So it's not that big of a deal. That's why I was okay with, this is intentional, sorry. There's a lot to talk about. I took intentional damage there so I could get past those piranhas, I think? I don't know if they have a name. And I'm taking a ton of damage here for a death warp coming up. So in this level, we have to collect a ton of like tokens to activate like a wheel thing. It's weird. It's contrived. I don't know. But right now, I'm gonna die, so I get warped back to earlier in the level. This is faster than walking all the way back. And we can go up here and collect an M token right here. These speed us up a lot, make us invincible, but they don't last for long, so we gotta make the best of them while we can. Ah! It's a bit slow with that token there, but it's all fine. Here, we kind of want to slow down a bit so we don't take any damage, because these things put you in a like 3-second cutscene whenever you get eaten by them, so you do not want to land into them. Those can slow you down a lot. And we're grabbing our final 2 tokens here, not to be confused with M tokens, they're similar. Or wait, no, there's one up here, sorry, I forgot. And here we just climb up this rope. We barely get past that bee right there, but we're safe. Get the final token here, and then go to the right. And here is pretty much a cutscene for like the next, what, like 45 seconds? I don't know if anyone has anything to say, but now would be a good time.
Absolutely. Loving this game, by the way. And And for those of you just joining us, welcome. This is Speedromizer, where the game you submit is not what you run. Accepted runners are randomly assigned a game from somebody else and have 90 days to learn their respective games. If that sounds like an awesome concept to you, make sure to join our Discord at speedromizer.live/discord. We are also raising money to QMUNITY. QMUNITY's mission is to improve queer, trans, and two-spirit lives through support, connection, and leadership. They envision vibrant, diverse, and celebrated queer and trans communities where individuals are empowered to live their lives fully, free from discrimination. Thanks to your support, QMUNITY is able to ensure that no one in British Columbia gets left behind. And with that, back to you.
Thanks. So, you saw at the end of the cutscene there, I collected another M token, just to speed us up a little. Nothing crazy happening until right now. This is like the hardest jump in the entire game, and I made it. You can lose like 10 seconds if you miss that jump. Thankfully everything went well. Here we are coming up on the end of the level. Dodge another piranha. It's really hard to do. This is like my least favorite section of this level. Take damage boosting here. Not take damage boosting, sorry. Ah, that was not intentional. Whatever, it doesn't lose that much time. And we're going into the boss fight right here. So this boss fight, it's probably the easiest boss fight in the entire game, honestly. There's like... There's two phases. There's one where he attacks you right here. Ah, oh my gosh. And then one where the walls shift. The wall shifting is super easy. You can't even lose time here, and it's really hard to get hit. This is pretty chill. Just waiting. There is a bit of RNG involved in how the walls shift, which can lose you a bit of time, but as long as you don't die, you don't really lose that much time. And then the harder part of this is when this guy attacks you. It is really annoying because the ground shakes, so sometimes it can ruin your pogoing, or yeah, it's pogoing, that's what it's called. That was a pretty good cycle, and I think there's 3 cycles overall, so I've already done 2. It's either 3 or 5, I forget. Going well though. Hopefully this is the final cycle. You can see there's another wall shifting phase. But here we can time our jumps actually, except I mistimed it. All potatoes. The phrase goes, I don't know. Okay, I think there's 4 cycles. Ah. But yeah, this is not really that much to talk about. I don't think there's really any mechanics I can really explain right now. Just trying to avoid getting hit. See how slow this is. This is probably my least favorite, or my second least favorite level, because there's so many enemies. It's fun, but it's very annoying when it goes wrong. And here we can just skip cutscene, and that's the end of Amazon. The next level, I forget because I don't play top to bottom. I do like second from the bottom. I don't know, the order's out of order. But it's like I'm going into Transylvania. Alright. This is another one that is the exact same as Glitchless, so nothing to worry about here. Pretty standard walkthrough of this level. Start out by just going to the right. In the way this level works, you can't see it now because I skipped the cutscene with the setting, but we're rescuing our 3 nephews. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, I think? I'm not 100% sure. We start out with the one on the rightmost, or the one farthest to the right, I don't know. Go all the way out here, and this is a really long section of just walking. Sometimes you can get hit by those ghosts like that if they spawn weird, which can be annoying, but should be pretty easy to avoid. Yeah. Here's just more pogoing across obstacles. One thing about this game that I kind of didn't really explain, because it's kind of intuitive, but your walking speed is at a fixed rate, so there's no real way to speed up if you're just holding like left right now. This is as left most as I can go. You can save time by not like hitting walls or slowing down for enemies, which you kind of have to do there because of the way the ceiling's indented. And there's 3 boss fights here, and they each take 3 hits. Pretty simple. Here we're back to where we were before. Another gimmick with this level is like these mirrors that teleport you to different sections. Here we climb to the left into this boss fight. 1 hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. And then here we're gonna collect another M token. I don't know if I fully explained how they work, but pretty much they just speed you up and make you invincible, which is really useful for this section because we can just bounce clean over. I actually lost a lot of speed there, so you go a lot farther with it normally, but that's no big deal. We go up into the right, and we're gonna do the first minecart section of this game. This game has, I want to say, like 4 overall sections that are just these minecart sections. There's no way to lose time or anything. Sometimes we can pick up a 1-up or I guess an ice cream, I don't know, which will help a bit with these boss fights coming up. Yeah, not really much to talk about here. I think there's another minecart coming up, so again, if there's anything to talk about right now, that would be a pretty good time.
Yeah, I do want to let you know those are the correct names, Huey, Louie, and Dewey for the 3 nephews. I did watch a little bit of Ducktales, the show myself. For anybody joining us here, if you would like to help out with future events, we do open volunteer applications. They are announced on our Discord, so keep an eye out on our server if you're interested in helping run the show behind the scenes. You can join our Discord at speedromizer.live/discord. And most roles do not require experience, so we would love to have you here even if it's your first time helping out with a marathon.
Alright, and then this should be the last of the minecart section coming up. It's almost over. This one takes a while though. This is I don't know. This section's really boring. Although I have messed up before in it, so I guess don't let your guard down totally, because that can mess you up. Yeah, we're about to get back on the normal track, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the right onto the main course level. Here we can just skip a cutscene with Miss Beaksley. She tries to heal us, but we're already full HP, so nothing to really note. Here we go down, and I think we take... Oh yeah, we gotta get the treasure here to avoid like we'd have to like wrap around the entire level if we didn't, which is annoying, but it doesn't lose that much time. Oh wait, I forgot. I forgot the route. I just got mixed up for a second.
I've still got it.
So here we're going into the final boss fight of this stage. We're fighting Magica the Spell, I think. Here I'm just taking a ton of damage to the ghost. You can avoid them. I should probably avoid this one because my health's getting kind of low. He literally spawned on top of me. There's nothing I can do there. But this boss fight can be pretty tricky. It's probably the trickiest boss fight outside of the final boss. I think it's another 4-wave where it's just us. So the way boss fights work in this is there's like the way I'd word it is there's like an attack phase and a defense phase. So like the characters will attack us and then we get to attack back. Pretty simple. Here, oh my god, this is an attack phase. I just messed up. That is unfortunate. But it doesn't actually lose that much time because even if you miss like one of the attacks on the phase, it still like counts as long as you like pass it. It's hard to describe. But yeah, so we're done with one phase. Oh my gosh, I'm low on health. I might actually die. So this should be the end of the second phase once I stomp on. There's 2 more attacks in it. The way it works is there's like 4 attacks overall in the defense. It's I'm describing this poorly. All you need to know is we gotta not die, and then we gotta attack her. Yeah, there's like 4 attacks here. They're all pretty easy to avoid once you've learned them. There's some RNG involved in the way her paintings, like which one she's, or is that a mirror? That's a mirror. It's not a painting. The way her mirror spawns, but nothing you can really lose that much time on. And that's the end of Transylvania. I think the next map is, or the next stage, I think it's the African Mines. That should be, which does have the biggest skip in the game and also the most difficult skip in the game, so yeah. So I guess I'll give a bit of a technical explanation on what I'm doing here. So the way the game works is it loads in objects, or I don't know how exactly it loads in objects, but what's important is that if you load an object for 1 frame and then exit the next frame, it'll delete the object permanently. So in this section, or this coming up section, there's a ton of boulders, or a ton of rocks that a rolling boulder, like Indiana Jones style, is supposed to delete. But if we individually delete the boulders, or the, I don't know, rocks in the thing, then we can remove them and go past without having to break the boulder, which saves a minute if done well. This is 1 boulder, but this isn't the one that we skip. It also doesn't break any rocks. This is the hard part. So this is pretty much 4 like frame perfects. I got 1. They're not, you don't need to get them in a row, so it's not too hard, but it is still really tricky to do correctly. So I'm gonna try and focus, I guess. That's 2. This one's always the trickiest. That's 3. And that's 4. So you might have been able to see them for a bit, but there were a ton of boulders here and I removed them all individually. And now we climb back up here. We get warped to the top of the screen because the chain that's supposed to bring us there is blocked. So I think it wraps us around the other side of the screen. I don't know how to describe it. And now we're here. I don't even fully know how the trick works, but all you need to know is we removed the boulders, then we climbed the rope, which didn't exist, which led us to a different part of the level. And that saves like probably around 50 seconds, because I did that pretty fast actually. So here we've got another minecart section, but this one's a shorter one. It's like, I think there's 2 minecart sections and they're like divided up. But yeah, more cutscenes here. I don't think you'd have enough time to say anything because it's like about to end right now. But I guess the next section.
Donate to QMUNITY! Woohoo!
Yeah, do that. I'm surprised I haven't gotten hit by one of those plants yet, because they are really annoying. I always get hit by them on runs. Here's just pretty much intended, but we don't really slow down. That's all there is to really say here. Just poking off some enemies. And I think we're about to go into the minecart section? Oh wait, no, it's this section. Oh my gosh, I forgot. This part is really frustrating. If I can... Okay, I made it clean over. That's like one of the hardest jumps in the game. Here we just damage boost past this guy, because he's slow and there's no room above him to pogo him. So it's just like, we just kind of got a damage boost. And we're into the boss fight here. This is probably the simplest boss fight. He has 2 attacks, 2 different types of attacks, and he does 4 total, and then he does this spin around. So here he's gonna blow his whistle. Blue means there's like a swarm that's gonna come in front of us. This attack is pretty simple to dodge. It's just kind of jumping over them. I did get hit though, so maybe it is a bit difficult. I find it harder than the other one, at least. Yeah, not much really to do during most of this boss fight. It's just kind of waiting for the phases to be over. This is the second type of attack. It drops a ton of boulders on us, and then it ends. And we can stomp on them and roll around again. So he does 2 of each type of attack. So we've done 1 blue, 1 orange. He's gonna do an orange here, which means the next attack will be a blue. If you're not picking up on what I'm saying, it's not important. I'm just kind of explaining what attack he's gonna do. It's not really important because it's the same speed every single time. It's just to prepare for the attack. And then I'll do a blue. Just gotta hop over these. I always get hit on that for some reason. And that's the boss fight. Oh, I went the wrong way. And we're gonna be going into the Himalayas, I think? Yeah, it should be the Himalayas. Which is the hardest and most RNG dependent stage in the entire thing. So that's fun. Also, the game might crash here. It does just crash at the end of maps sometimes, which is frustrating, but you can get it back up in a pretty short amount of time. I know it especially likes to crash in this stage a lot. And this is the Himalayas. Here, there's a bunch of snow on the ground, so we can't pogo, which is like the whole thing about this game. And also, I'm taking damage here for a reason. There's a death warp later, so I'm just I got slowed down. That might mess up the cycles. It's fine. Yeah, here we're just trying to not get hit, except we're gonna get hit intentionally in like a few seconds. Yeah, pretty simple maneuvering here. We're gonna drop down a level. Normally you're supposed to like stay on that level and then collect oh yeah, I didn't explain what was really happening. Also, that was intentional damage. In most of these levels, it's pretty much the same formula, just a different like collectible. You're just trying to collect 3 or 4 pieces of something. Here we're collecting broken airplane parts because our airplane broke down on our way to Mount Vesuvius, I think? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on the names. Here we're just taking more damage. We're almost at the death warp. We just take a ton of damage like on the way there. This is the part that we needed, and then we can just take damage. And then we warp back down here to the final area, which also conveniently happens to be on the way out of the mountains, or cave? Yeah, this is a cave, not a mountain. Ah, I got hit by that rabbit, that's not supposed to happen. Here we can break a few rocks in front of Bubba Duck. Also, I didn't really get to explain who he is. He just likes to break rocks, that's all you need to know. We can clear some out in front of him, just to get here a bit quicker. And we're gonna collect the final part after this rabbit. Also, this is, oh gosh, I messed that up. That was a few seconds. This part is really hard for me, for some reason. I'm really bad at it. I took another bit of damage unintentionally, but it's fine. I always do that. We're getting our way out of here. There's no parts left to collect, so now it's just leaving. Take a bit of damage here to get knocked onto those rocks, because it's easier than just like, or it's faster and easier than just like baiting the spider out. This, oh god, I accidentally jumped off too early, so I fell back down. This part's also really hard for me, but went well. Okay, and now we're getting into the worst part of the entire game, the plane mini-boss. This mini-boss is entirely RNG. You could theoretically lose infinite time to it, depending on how lucky you get. But let's hope for good luck. So, I think it's Glomgold. He's throwing, gosh, Beagly Boys and bombs at us. I'm actually getting really good RNG right now. He He has not given me an extra one yet. He still hasn't. Wow, this is like unusually lucky.
Here comes a 10 megaton finder's fee, McDuck.
Oh my gosh.
Hurry, you fools. He's catching
I think I actually got perfect luck, which is... I've literally never gotten perfect luck before, so that is a good sign. Wow. Here we do some really tricky jumps. These are like scary how close you get to the rabbits there. And then this jump, which is... It's so hard to make, but everything went well. This is like probably a gold for me if I wasn't... Or if I had splits open, which is really nice. Although I could die to this boss fight, I guess. It's pretty straightforward though. The Yeti will break the walls. Sometimes we have to jump to avoid like a slam on the ground. Also, there is some RNG in this boss fight, but it's not as pronounced as the previous fight. Just gotta not get hit here, pretty straightforward. And then sometimes you have to wait for the rocks depending on how they land. So that's why you see me waiting there. Oh, I missed out on that one up. I shouldn't need it because I have 2 hits of leeway, but better safe than sorry. I'm getting really good luck in this boss fight too, so. I think that was, okay, I read the boss fight good. Should be 2 more hits until the Yeti's dead. You see me jump, that's because the Yeti does like a stomp attack, and if you're on the ground, then you take a bit of damage, which is no good. And the Yeti has 1 hit left. 1 hit left. And we should be done with this level. There is a cutscene that I could skip, but I've heard that it crashes the game if you skip it, so I'm just gonna play it safe because it's literally like a 2-second cutscene. That was a really good Himalayas. And now we're on to the moon, probably the most famous song in the soundtrack. Everyone knows the classic NES, but there's a really good remake in this game, which you're not going to get to hear a lot of because there's another skip, which skips like pretty much like 75% of this map, and it's really simple. It's like you could probably do it on accident on your playthrough, on a casual playthrough. Also, I've gotten pretty great luck with or I guess it's not luck. You just need to know I got lucky between levels. Okay, I need to focus on the run. I'm losing a bit of time here, so I did not get one of the coins, but here I'm gonna do another skip. It's very similar to what I did in the mines, but basically there's this pillar to the right of me, right here, right here, and I just need to jump off the edge, and then that, oh, I missed it. It's pretty easy if you know what you're doing, but I'm missing it. Okay, that should work. Yeah, we're basically doing the same thing that we did for the earlier level. We're making it leave the screen for 1 frame and then re-enter the next frame, which completely disables all collision with it. It, for some reason, doesn't... Or that might actually not be why it happens. I'm assuming that's why it happens, but there's not that many good resources on the tutorial, or it doesn't really explain in the tutorial what's actually happening. It just tells you what to do. But I'm assuming you're just disabling the collision by making it leave 1 frame and then re-enter the next frame. Does that make sense? I don't know. Now we're on to the boss fight. I skipped like the whole spaceship section of that level, which is very annoying and glitchless. I'm glad I don't have to do that. And then this boss fight's super simple. We can just stand on one of these ledges, and then if the rat spawns above us, then we can just walk off the edge. Not really that much going on. I don't know if there's anything you have to say right now.
Yeah, we got some donations in. Thank you to those of you that donated. We got a $10 donation from Buff Mac, who says hi. And then we have another $10 donation from Hevorius, which says, for Turkey's perfect airplane RNG. And that incentive went towards the Super Mario 64 16-star race. So thank you very much for donating.
Thank you guys. We're about to be on the final phase of this fight. Should be pretty smooth sailing from here. I didn't explain, we do like a pretty tricky jump here. I hit it there. I missed it like the previous times, but to like hit the rat while it's falling, it's kind of tricky to hit, but most of the time I don't miss it. Although I did miss it a bit ago. Alright, keep spawning above me. That doesn't normally happen. This should be the final hit. I said that last time, but actually this time. Cool. And now we're on to now we're on to the final level. I don't think it actually has a name, but basically after we've collected all of these treasures, it and our nephews get stolen, so we gotta rescue them out here. And this is probably the hardest level in the game. It has definitely the hardest boss fight, and then yeah, it's the hardest level. There's no real glitches though. It's pretty straightforward to like watch for the most part. Okay, I got hit there on accident. I accidentally went into the pit there. That was not supposed to happen. That loses like 10 seconds. That's rough, but eh. This level can do much worse. I did not mean to get hit by that bat. Yeah, this is not my level. Especially these bats. These bats are really annoying. I just, most of the time, just stop them. If you like stop while they're above you, then they just instantly go down like that. But now we're done with mostly like dangerous enemies for the most part. Here we're just popping off of these guys to traverse this pit of lava. That was close, wow. I'm playing pretty risky. I feel like I should play safer. Here we go kind of out of our way to collect a M token. That's what it's called, yeah. But it is faster because of like how much you can see it speeds you up. I don't know if it's like 3 times faster. That's what it looks like to me. And I kind of sabotaged myself here. I placed my webcam kind of last second, like blocking my monitor, and it hasn't really gotten in the way for the most part. But here it's kind of hard to see since I'm close to the top of the screen. Here we do a tricky jump above the boulder there. That was pretty clean. And here we gotta get... Oh, I missed the cycle. These rocks can be tricky to get a good cycle on. Most of the time I miss it. At least caught that cycle there though. Pretty much just moving to the right, we have another minecart section. It's split up into a ton of parts, but it's pretty long. I know I keep asking, but just to make sure, is there anything to say?
Yeah, absolutely. There's never a shortage of things I can say here. From some more information about QMUNITY here. QMUNITY's priority is to ensure that they continue to show up for queer, trans, and two-spirit communities every day. They are leading with stability, continuity, and building trust. That is how they, as a community, can work towards a province where all two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, and asexual people can live free from harm and discrimination. And again, if you would like to donate, you can donate at any time using our Tiltify campaign at speedromizer.live/donate. You can also find the donation link below the stream and in chat by typing !donate. And we have so many good runs coming up as well. This will be the last run for day 1, but we also have 3 more days after this.
Alright, and now I'm on to the Drac boss fight. This is probably the hardest boss fight in the game. I'm getting pretty good luck so far. Here we can just jump on top of him. Everyone does this. I don't know if it saves time or not, but I see everyone do it, so I just do it as well. But yeah, there's 3 different attacks here. That's the fastest one. And I got the slowest one here. But this one's pretty easy to avoid taking damage. As I say that, I take damage. Yeah, you just want to... It's kind of hard to see, but there's like an opening from the bats that we just gotta get under. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Yeah, this fight can actually, like, you can die here, which is... It's really hard on the hard difficulty. It took me like an hour or 2 to beat my first playthrough. But easy makes it really easy. And this is the easiest to avoid as well. This one you literally just like go to the right whenever he shoots you. Very simple. So I think that's the first half done. The second half you can... Also, I'm getting really good luck, wow. Oops. That is not intentional. Happening, oh my gosh. I'm low on health, I need to heal up. I'm kind of nervous. If I get hit once, then I will die, and that loses like a minute or 2, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, I got the easy one. Yeah, this fight, it's a lot of RNG. I'm getting pretty lucky right now. I'm just not playing very well. Okay, that was scary. I could not see like anything after I jumped off that second bat because of my webcam. But yeah, now I've got the I'm getting really like fast luck. This run is... I've gotten really lucky. And this should be... Okay, that's the last attack, and then here we've just got one last cutscene. We have to race them to the top, and we're speedrunners, so it should be pretty easy, as long as I don't choke under the pressure. If you mess this up in hard difficulty, then you literally just get sent back to like the beginning of the entire level, and I remember I messed it up like multiple times. I got pretty frustrated. And now we collect this, but time does not end yet. We've still got one last escape to do here. Timing ends once I reach a certain platform on this. I'll try and give you a countdown if I can, but it's pretty close. It's about 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, and that is DuckTales Remastered. It's pretty much just cutscene from here. Bomb Gold goes to jail. We are the richest duck in the world. Yay!
Congratulations! Your final time was 37 minutes and 13 seconds.
Cool. That's
I'll put it on your
RTA and IGT. I don't know what my IGT exactly is, but that felt really good. So that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that run.
With interest, of course.
We loved watching it. Are there any shout-outs you have or final words?
I guess just there's a lot of... There was a really good DuckTales run at SGDQ by Roach, I think. And I just check out his Twitch if you want to see more DuckTales Remastered speedruns. And then I'm a top speedrunner of the Portal series if you want to see Portal 1, but mainly Portal 2. You can check out my Twitch and donate to QMUNITY.
Alright, and with that we are going to head back to the break screen. This will be the final run of day 1, but we have a few short words from DJ Faso coming up in just a moment.
Thank you. So my